Hello, everyone, into another episode of Beyond the Forecast. This one produced by Kevin Appleby. So if anything's wrong, you can blame him.
Yep.
I don't really know what's in this show. We kind of discussed it a little bit, but this is the rundown. There's a lot on there. My rundown is usually quick little bullet points.
Oh, yeah, blame me for trying to explain everything.
I'm not blaming you. I'm giving you credit for being very thorough.
Yep.
I'll put it that way. Because you even put on here how many pictures of everything. I'm just usually like, we're gonna go by the by the seat of our pants or whatever. So what were you up to this weekend? Well, you run the show. You tell me when you want me to bring the graphics up because you produced it.
So I guess before we get into the graphics, I'll talk a little bit about what I did this week. I don't know. I worked Saturday and Sunday. Did I really?
What you normally do?
Yeah.
But you didn't do anything in between?
I mean, nothing. I mean, Saturday we had some storms.
Okay.
Sunday I was also here pretty late compared to normal. Like I was here into the afternoon a little bit. So I kind of went home and relaxed each day. Like I didn't do anything noteworthy. I hate to say it that way, but I mean, sometimes you just need to chill.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
What'd you do?
I had a big weekend,
Go
Kevin.
ahead and pull up the graphics.
There was no storms where I was, thankfully. We were up in Vermont, Lake Bomazine. I don't know if anybody's familiar with. Actually, it's funny. I think a lot more people know where that is than I thought. I had never heard of it until Eric took me up there last year. And as you can see there, what's on my finger? Well, I guess I should show it. I got engaged this weekend, so very exciting. We were able to have my family made the drive out. They stayed out there. Obviously, Eric's family lives in Vermont, so it was all kind of a big thing. We went out on a big tiki boat with everybody, and we did it right out on the lake. So, and the best news of all, obviously he said yes, but he had no thoughts of it.
Really?
He had no idea. At least he says that.
Yeah.
I do believe him, but
until you were doing that video and you like look over to
he goes, as soon as the boat kind of slowed and I stood up, he's like, okay, what's going on? And then everybody's got their phones out. So he's like, all right, I know something's happening.
I think I could figure it out.
Yeah. So it was a good weekend.
Good.
You know, I wish there could have been a couple people there that unfortunately are no longer with us, but I do know Lisa especially was there in spirit. It was her birthday.
Yeah. It's a new meaning to that day.
She kept the weather nice for us. So that was good.
Yeah, for you. I mean, you sent us the text. I'm like, we're currently under thunderstorm warning.
I'm sorry.
And listen, you know, it's been an active stretch with some humidity. Finally, it looks like the weather pattern's improving. Some drier conditions, less humidity, should feel more comfortable. And honestly, we'll take a more detailed look at it, but it looks like the hot days, maybe with like a capital H and emphasized twice like I just did, they look rather limited going forward. And it's going to get some cool mornings this upcoming weekend, but when does the real chilly air arrive? We'll try to dive into that, give you a better idea.
We're still in summer, but Kevin wants to depress us all.
Oh, please. Listen, you're the one that
I haven't done that
You're the
before.
one that parades the daylight graphic.
I know.
I mean, you do
Listen,
it more than
I love
me.
that graphic.
Yeah, I know you do.
I like it when we're gaining sunlight, but, you know, or daylight, I should say.
Guess we can't like it for the next 5 weeks,
Right.
5 months.
So here's
Less than 5 months. It's like 4 months, actually. No, seriously, it's like 4 more months where we lose daylight. We've already been losing daylight for 2 months.
Shh. I know it's sad.
Sure.
It's sad. I want to talk about
We're
it.
already a third of the way done.
I know.
Okay, go.
I know. So this is
Maybe I should do this.
Okay.
Congrats, Rob and Eric, on your engagement.
Thank you.
This is I took this screenshot from the video, again, moments before this screen grab.
It's funny, and I want to just say this because one of my aunts was actually in Albany this weekend.
Yeah.
She didn't realize this was happening, so she turned on the news.
And saw me?
And she saw this, and she was like, I saw the picture, and I was like, what picture? She's like, the one where you're on your knee, and I was like, I don't think there was a picture, there was all video, so I had no idea that you taken the screenshot, but it worked out good.
Screen grabs are easy,
Yes,
Rob.
they are.
So yeah, moments before that, you were about to go on the knee, and Eric was like, I think I know what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah. So who is that in the picture?
That is my stepmother.
Sweet.
So she was able to come. She's actually dealing with some cancer right now, and it's not really looking too great. So it was good for her to be able to be there.
gosh.
And yeah,
It's awesome she made it.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a moment that's a great moment to be there for. So.
Exactly. Yeah, I think this was my dad's video, so he's on the other side. We had so many different angles of the video, and I was like, all right, which one's the best?
You could do like a director's cut.
Right.
So I think I just saw this. You showed it up for the camera, but that's both. They're the same, right? They were supposed to be the same.
They are matching. I know everybody's all
In
confused.
case everybody's wondering, I'm not really in tune.
Everybody, they're like, oh, did you get married? I said no, but I couldn't let him have all the fun and have the the ring, so I also got a ring for myself. So but they're matching, so that was another special. I was so nervous, Kevin, that being out on the lake, that the ring was going to end up in the lake.
Right. I mean, I'm just going to say a family member lost her.
Really?
Theirs. Definitely didn't say hers.
Oh my gosh.
A family member lost theirs in the ocean.
Oh my God. Well, Cap said that when I first started this whole process. He goes, well, hopefully it doesn't. I go, why would you manifest this? Then his grandmother said it to me the day before. I said, why are you saying this?
I mean, it's a real thing.
I know.
You do it.
And I was shaking so bad. I was like really nervous that like.
Gee, I wonder how it
was
fall
going to
in the
be.
water. You got one more picture here. Look at you two.
I know. That was
Look
right
at you
after.
two.
That was right after. So.
Makes me happy.
The glow.
Yeah, sunshine. It looks good.
It was good. It was good.
But yeah, congrats again, Rob and Eric.
Thank you.
And shortly after you guys got engaged, we had two storms roll through. Honestly, I was preaching like I didn't think we'd get hit every day with storms because typically,
which I don't think we did.
Albany did.
Was it every day?
Albany got hit every single day, and I'm just like. Of course, because the time I'm like, I bet you stay dry at least once. Well, of course, this Saturday didn't happen, but Saturday we actually got hit twice.
Okay.
And the second one wasn't like severe or anything, but it was a pretty good storm, some thunder, some heavy rain, but it was more isolated. So that moved through, and the sun immediately broke out behind it. Go ahead, Rob. We saw rainbows, not just in Albany, but we saw rainbows.
Wow.
Everywhere. I mean, I've got 7 pictures here. By the way, I showed this one on 10 over the weekend. Matthew here was saying this wasn't the best, and I go, I'm sorry, this is stunning in my opinion.
It is where in Southern Vermont?
See, I did. He just mentioned Southern Vermont, so
I mean that's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I loved it, and
you got the faint double rainbow.
I almost think I gave him a hard time. I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean this is the best?"
And it could be maybe he was talking about the double rainbow aspect because it is a little faint, but that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
I loved that picture so much, and I was just like, "No, this is great. Like, don't sell yourself short, man." Kayla, I mean, she didn't mention it was Albany, but
it kind of looks.
That's the State Museum at the bottom that they I think just finished renovating not too long ago. So that's I kind of want to go. I haven't been there. It was I think closed or obviously there's a lot of fences around it, so I have avoided it so far. But nice little rainbow in Albany. I saw this one. I was driving. I could not capture a picture. There was also a double rainbow in Albany that I saw, but I again couldn't get the picture of it here. But don't worry, we have Alice West of Fonda that was able to get it for us.
You got to squint a little bit for that double one. This one's a little more faint.
It would be odd if the second one was as bright, so that's kind of usual. Keep going, Rob. We got a couple more here.
That's really cool.
More. Yeah, Kaiten, this is one of our digital producers out there. She sent this one to me.
Right in the clouds with all that blue sky.
Yeah, no, the blue sky that we had complimenting this was really, really cool. And, hazeless sky. I hate the smoke haze. And it's not just the humans that get to enjoy it. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I mean, he's not really looking at it. But.
Listen, Rob, don't let me make my agenda. Listen, I know I'm not really sure exactly where this is.
It looks like a fair or something,
I agree.
Right?
Part of me wants to say like the Altamont, but I know that's probably not true. It's just
Altamont's next week, I think.
Right. I mean, they still have stuff there throughout the year.
True.
I just see the hills in the distance. Makes me think the hilltop, but I'm not 100% sure. I should have asked. But anyway, that's Rupert. Thank you to Christine for sending this one in.
Could have been the Sunshine Fair. I don't know if that was last weekend or not.
You might be this week. Something. All right. A couple more.
Sorry, I'm trying.
No, it's okay. I was having trouble with it this morning. If anybody was watching Wednesday morning's News 10 and was wondering why I was late to What's Poppin', it's because I was trying to fix the Lynx computer. Okay, so Jackie out in Schuylerville, another one where you could see the blue sky so well. And
Almost a broken rainbow there. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, big fan of that picture. And I felt bad. I was trying to get these into the shows, and I just got a little too busy Sunday morning. I couldn't really sneak them in. And then I made this silly caption: "Save money, see rainbows." Obviously, I don't think they still use that as their slogan. The "Save money, live better."
I don't think so. When you mentioned that to me, I was like, I don't really know
money,
if I know.
see rainbows.
Yeah.
Walmart. Anyways, this is from Glenville. You can see the double there. Once again, a little bit dimmer. That's usual. It's also inverted.
Yeah.
From Ashley. So I don't think there's any more.
We're going to bring us up because I'm not sure, because it does say break one on this, so I want to make sure. All right, that was it.
Perfect.
So that takes us to break one. Kevin, when we come back, what are we talking about?
Okay, let me go to the rundown. We will be talking about the temperature outlook for the rest of August. I mean, you've probably seen the 7-day by now. No big heat. We're going to look at the Climate Prediction Center to see if we end August hot. We'll also look at some statistics as we kind of approach September. We start, of course, this isn't a surprise to anybody, we get chillier. Average temperatures go down.
What?
But we'll put some numbers behind it. There's still some hot days for sure. And then also, that's pretty much what we're doing. So stick around for that. I think it's cooler than what I said. I shouldn't have read from this.
Don't go away. I'll make it interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I won't do anything.
Welcome back into Beyond the Forecast. I know a lot of people like the heat and humidity. What do you think, Kevin? Do you think we're going to be seeing any more of it? Before I bring the graphic up?
It depends. Depends on your definition. Okay. Like I wouldn't forecast a heat wave going forward.
Okay,
and we will discuss what, because next 7 days look nice. Like splendid.
Yes.
Most of them look splendid.
For mid-August, I took a glance this morning because I have not obviously looked at much.
Good.
And I was like, this looks great, fantastic.
Dew points look really low,
so
which we deserve after a couple of dew points in the mid-70s a few days. Here's the thing: 7-day, no big heat. Climate Prediction Center taking us towards the end of August. No sustained big heat. That doesn't mean we can't warm up one day.
And it's funny, looking at this, I mean, it's the Great Lakes and the Northeast. To me, and this doesn't really, I didn't look at the precip one.
Yeah.
But this looks like there could be a big high coming in from Canada or something. You know what I mean?
Which is kind of what we're getting this weekend, I feel like.
So, and it just kind of squashes the heat to the south. You know,
and the past 3 weeks of outlooks have had the southeast just baking. So.
And then it's flat on the top, so it never really pokes into the northeast for us. So. You know, I mean, I'll take it. I like my heat. I like some humidity, but temperatures in the 70s and low 80s is still fantastic.
So let's say we're near average. I know some of our regions, especially north of Albany, is technically below. Even if we were near average, we're talking highs at 81 and 82 at this point.
And lows around 60. I mean, that's
doesn't scream 90.
No.
Now, definitely not more than once.
I do think we need to stress that the potential is there, that there could be a couple of warm days thrown in, obviously. But the overall for this time frame is mainly cool.
Yeah,
or average, I should say.
There's not a huge indicator that we're going to heat up. Signal, obviously, all it takes is a cold front coming through at 6 p.m. You get some nice southerly flow in front of it. That would kind of change things.
Yep.
You can't really do that 10 days out. The consensus, though, is that we're not going to see that.
Yeah.
I would say. And then that pretty much has us knocking on the door of September.
Unfortunately.
So, I mean, it's fun. Now, September, the past 2 Septembers have been ridiculous. They've been so nice.
Yes.
I mean, we've had, I think one year we had a Rex block where it just
2 or 3 weeks was just fantastic.
It was just it
was unbelievable.
It was almost concerning how dry it was, but that won't be the case this year.
But it was an extended period where we were actually able to enjoy,
honestly,
late summer weather.
It was honestly silly. It was just like so many days in a row where I was just like, wow, it's phenomenal. I had 7-day forecasts where I was just like,
I know. What do you say? And then the producers, can you do more time? And it's like, not really. There's nothing to talk about.
Not in the mornings, pal. Not in the mornings.
Okay, yeah.
But I remember, and I know I used to drive Jordan Dew crazy with this. Shout out Jordan.
She used to drive me crazy with it too.
She's still around here. But Jordan. On the weekends, I would listen. If like 4 days in a row were tough to distinguish from one another, I made it that way on the 7th day. I went nice. And she would go crazy. She'd leave a note, be like, Kevin, this is ridiculous. I am not doing this. I'm like, well, I am. I put it right back the next morning. So I hope we get that in September. You know what we also get in September on average one time is a 90-degree day. Back to what we were talking about. September is a really nice month usually.
Yes.
I'm not saying this September will be. That's not how it works.
You never know. Yeah, you never
but,
know. And the fact that we've had 2 Septembers back to back that have been relatively
stunning.
Nice, but look at August too. The last 2 Augusts.
Yeah, we've gotten,
so we've gotten kind of, I don't want to say spoiled, but we kind of have.
So the average is 1. It doesn't happen every year, of course. Sometimes they come in bunches. If you're curious, actually this day in 2025 that we're airing this show, not recording, it's tomorrow, but today's, as you're seeing this, August 13th, that was the last time we hit 90 in 2025, was on that day. So, we reached the apex on this day last
Now, I
year.
think we get close. I don't know. I didn't look at the data.
Got close,
but there are, the average says August 16th. It doesn't mean the end of August or early September we're not hitting 88 or 89.
Yeah.
So.
It's just, 90's.
But 90 is just kind of that threshold,
We keep a tally of how many 90-degree days we have in a year. So I think it's a decent one. So, the average is coming up. It's this weekend,
That's
right?
surprising to me, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been a little bit later. I really did.
It was a little... we don't even hit 90 every year, technically. So I'm wondering if that threw off the average a little bit.
That could.
But what I'll say is there were a lot where it was July or early August. Obviously, last year was before the average. So to me, I think it was okay. But I obviously, to your point, you definitely get 90-degree days after the fact.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's an average.
Yeah, and let's go ahead because we'll show you. Now, this isn't like days beyond August 16th, but this is days in September or later, but in the past decade, it's been just September. This is actually 11 years we have plotted here. So this is the amount of 90-degree days that have happened after August 31st in a year. And the past 2 years, it hasn't happened. We've been close. Remember Halloween was like 79 one year? That was crazy.
Actually, there's been some warm Halloween since I've been here. Because the one...
That
2019,
that was a shattering record.
2019, we broke the record.
Yeah.
And then I think last year, the year before, we crushed it again.
We shattered it.
And I'll never forget because there was significant flooding up north.
Yep.
Because there was cold front and it just never moved. It never moved in. The rain just kept going and going and going up north.
So yeah, it seems that over the past decade or so, they seem to come in bunches,
which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and so I looked into it, and obviously we have 4 years that have 3. 3 of them were just heat waves, so they are all consecutive. And
then you never had another one.
2018, I guess we just spiked twice. And I think that there's a little bit of a caveat to this. I didn't count it if it started in August. There might have been one year where it was like August 30th, 31st, and September 1st. I didn't count that as September heat wave. The most 90-degree days in September was 5. It happened twice. On record, of course, it goes back to the 1870s. So century and a half or so. 1961, 1950. One of the best records here in Albany, actually. 1961, 1953, there were 5. On the average, as mentioned, is 1. So, again, you either get a little surge or you're through it. I mean, I tend to think we're through it, but obviously it remains to be seen.
So now Kevin wants to depress us all and talk about when it's going to cool down at night.
No, okay. So let me go. Yes.
I didn't realize there was a...
No, that's my fault. 3 times there's been a 90-degree reading or higher. I didn't look to see if there was a 91, but I just put 90 plus. 3 times it's happened in October, 1900, 1927, 1941. I believe the latest in the year was October 6th. So,
and you don't think of October with heat.
No.
Like, you really don't. Like,
that's bizarre, and hasn't happened in
I
a
mean,
long
it can be
time,
warm. It can be comfortable in October, but
so the reason I did 45, less than 45 degrees for this next graphic is because most of our
that's ridiculous.
Dramatic transition. So the reason I did sub 45 is because this was really the first temperature. Like I tried 45 originally, but this was really the first temperature where there was actually a divide between the cold seasons, like both sides of summer. And what I mean by that is if you look at the record lows in the summertime, they're like, end of July, early August. A lot of them are upper 40s.
Yep.
So I really couldn't do like less than 50. And as a matter of fact, earlier this summer, we've hit 51 a few times. So I chose sub 45 because there was actually like a 2-week gap between the like late July. But obviously it happened July 30th one year, 1968. The rest have all happened in August or later. So what we're talking about here is the earliest occurrence in a season of a morning that's less than 45 degrees here in Albany. So, July 30th, I cannot imagine waking up on my birthday needing a jacket. Personally, I've never done it and hope I never will. Let's move along, Rob. We'll go to the next point, which is how deep into a season did it make it before we finally dropped below 45 degrees?
I feel like I remember 2023 as kind of a warm...
2023 was the warmest winter on record, so no surprise that the fall was also being weird.
Yep.
So 2023, October 13th, I was like, oh, this isn't bad. Albany winter, I mean, it was hyped up. It's not that bad.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, your first winter was not.
It was nothing. And then the average, which makes probably a lot more sense to folks that around September 8th, you typically drop below 45 for the first time. And I wanted to bring this up because this weekend we have a couple of cool mornings, but they're not going to get this level of cool. Although
no, but they could happen at the end of August.
I tell you what, Sunday morning, we went 52. Dew points are the only thing that concerns me.
But sometimes they do some weird things and they'll drop.
I agree, and there's the outside chance it goes in the upper 40s.
Yep.
So that's why I kind of wanted to go sub 45 because that's when you're like, oh, this is like chilly.
This is chilly. Yeah, you need a jacket.
And I did a frost background because if it's 44 in Albany, chances are there's some frost.
There's some patchy frost usually. Yeah, you would think.
So we talked about an average being in September 8th. And we also talked about the earliest day being late July, but of course, most of them have happened, a lot more have happened in August. Those are considered like the earlier ones. So over the past 10 years, it hasn't happened prior to September 2nd. So we haven't had a 44 degree or less day in August in at least a decade. Actually,
there is a thing on here.
I was going to say you can click and it should show you that it hasn't happened since 1988.
Yep.
So that's the last time
it's been a while.
Sub 45 degree start in Albany in August was almost 40 years ago at this point, which is kind of crazy to say. 38 years ago.
Yeah, considering that's not much older than I am.
You can see. Last year was right on schedule.
Yep.
September 8th. But
2020 wasn't too bad.
The 2 years before that, October.
Yep.
There weren't a ton in October, and I feel like I'm not 100% sure on this, but I feel like 2024 might be second place. Like I think the 13th was like an outlier. It was just super late. So back in 2023, I mean. So it just shows you like when do you expect that first chilly morning? Yeah, usually September. But
I was just saying all of them are clustered like mid-September.
Yeah, we've seen a couple earlier, but we've also seen a couple in like October, which I can't imagine it taking it that long this year. Just doesn't feel like it, but
we'll see.
Yeah, we will. I'm sure you would have said that in a cool August of 2023 that, there's no way the winter is going to be the warmest on record. So.
All right, that's going to take us to another break, and we're going to talk about sunsets and sunrises,
I'll take responsibility for this one. That's
it's an interesting thing. So
it's a nice, there's some nice numbers here. So
don't go away. Welcome back to Beyond the Forecast. We're going to talk about sunsets. We're going to talk about that first, and then we'll get into the sunrises. We are a little tight on time, so we're going to talk about it, but we're not going to rush. So decreasing daylight. We've been talking about this the last couple of weeks. Sunset tonight is 7:59, and it's the latest until May 6th of 2027.
Yeah, so it's the first sunset prior to 8 o'clock since early May of this past spring.
I don't like it.
So what do we have for June, July? Over 3 month stretch where you have these sunsets 8 o'clock or later, and a lot of them are actually clustered at 8:30. It's really been the past 2 weeks or so that it's kicked into a higher gear.
And look at the sunrise. The sunrise. So this is going to be the first or the last pre 6 a.m. sunrise
For a while as well.
And if they change the
well, no, it won't impact us, but it'll just get super late if they keep it in DST. But yeah. So I mean, the earliest sunrise like 5:20, 5:15. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but we've already gotten rid of 40, 45 minutes from that. And from here through April, 6 a.m. or later.
And I'm not opposed to that because my animals, once they see the first light of day, they think it's time to get up and eat.
Valid.
So by 5:30, they're starting to rub up on me. So
all my drives into work are going to be dark. They're already darker. But
mine are getting close for the drive home. So I feel you. I feel you.
Not necessarily the weekends, but like when I come in Monday through Friday, I'm driving in and like the sun's starting to poke up. I'm like, ooh, I like this.
Yep.
But that's history.
Whoops. Okay, well.
If you want to go back,
I thought there was another.
Yeah, no. This is so for Albany, and for basically everybody here. We have about 9 months or 266 days until we get to May 6th for that late sunset once again. And then the sunrise, again, not as bad, but about 8.5 months, 254 days where it's 6 a.m. or later, which irks me because I've really enjoyed for the past 3-4 months on my weekend mornings being able to show all the cameras with all the light. Now I'm kind of confined to like 5 cameras that I can only show in the dark.
I've gotten to a routine now where I'm up relatively early, and it's been nice because it's been light enough. So it kind of helps to wake up to do a workout or exercise or go for a walk or there's If I'm still getting up at 6:30 in the morning and it's dark,
tougher.
It makes it tough.
Well, then imagine the sunrise being 8:30.
I know.
We'll save that for another time. But what I will add to that, and I think I've mentioned this on here before, maybe on air, I have like a little window on my roof that has been my source of light. And even it's like twilight, it's been my source of light to make it to the light switch, which is not near my door for the past 4 months.
And I bet you can't see it now. Sorry.
I left yesterday morning and I'm like, oh, no, not yesterday. Sorry. Sunday morning. I left Sunday morning and I'm like, I can't see. Like, this is horrible. So I'll be like that for the next 8 months. Okay. I'll leave you on that note.
Not sure what we're talking about next week.
No.
But we leave it to whatever happens, Maybe if something happens or something comes up, then
I don't know, Rob,
we'll start talking about that.
We're gonna have to get pretty creative. The weather doesn't look like it's gonna do much.
We're getting to be that time where it's just.
What I'll add on to that is I have had a few things on the back burner that maybe we could unveil.
You go. Hey, and if anybody got pictures of the partial solar eclipse, we'd love to share those next week too. I've got my glasses. We're gonna try to look at them. I don't know if I'm gonna try to take a picture because I don't know the logistics with that. But if you're able to, we'd love to share it. And there's a meteor shower tonight. So, sorry, not tonight. Might have already happened as well. So, but if you could take pictures of that, that'd be great. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained. It's my first day back.
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
We will see you guys next week
on episode 37.
Have a great weekend.